Hi dancers! Today's topic is how to make your pointe shoes last longer. So as you know, pointe shoes don't last very long, most especially if you get traditional shoes. So traditional shoes are the ones that are wood inside, such as this, but I put this inside the box so it's pretty hard right now. Your shoes can always go back into shape. And there are a few things that you should know. First, that your shoes after use actually take 24 to 36 hours to dry. So if you have ballet class 5 times a week, obviously you're going to have to interchange your shoes per day. So you're going to need at least 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, at least a shoe for Monday and Wednesday, maybe Tuesday and Thursday, and then one for Friday, just so that your shoes don't get soft quickly. And this is a good way to save on money as well. My first tip is you have to air out your shoes after you use them. So after you use them, it's going to build up some moisture inside. So you're going to have to air them out first. So leave them out in after class. My second tip is you could super glue the area that you break in the most. So let's say for my shoe, you see where it sinks. Usually that's where I sink because it depends on your arch. So some people have higher arches towards the front of their foot, some people have arches towards the back, some people have them in the middle. We all have different feet, so you can super glue that area. So I super glued this part, and then you could do that on the inside as well. So this could be like Mighty Bond, but I would just buy the regular super glue you could see in stores. My third and probably one of the coolest tips is the dehumidifier. So I don't have a dehumidifier, but I don't know if you're familiar with these things called silica gels. You find them inside your, let's say, food packets or shoes sometimes. You can actually collect these. In Japan, they actually sell them for really expensive, and you could sell like kilos and kilos of it for a lot of money. So don't throw them away because they're really expensive, like very expensive. And you can actually buy a dehumidifier, they would call, in DIY stores. But then those things don't last long because they're going to turn into gel once they're used, and silica gels are wonderful. So what I want you to do is get a Tupperware that's big enough to fit your pointe shoes. Just put your pointe shoes inside like this, and just get your silica gel like that and put them inside the Tupperware. So you can put like just one is enough, but usually I put around 2, 1 for each shoe, and then just seal it. Make sure your Tupperware is good to seal, and just leave it out, and you'll notice that your pointe shoes won't really go soft. So this is a good example of a shoe that's lasted me for a while already. As you can see, it's still hard even after a few times use. Around the second time, I felt that it was a bit soft, and then I put it in the box and it immediately got hard. Another tip that I could give you is to probably try to put paper inside after you use it or after you dry it to get out any other moisture that's inside your shoe. That's also going to help keep the shape of your box instead of it like sinking and falling. But now it's actually very dry because of the gel. And another last tip is probably you could actually darn your shoes to keep them alive. So as you know, darning is not just for being on top of your box and things like that. Darning actually helps reviving your shoes, and that's also explained in my other video which I shot with Abby, and you could watch that video to see how you can revive your shoes after you've darned them, and you could just darn over and over again to revive them again. There. And my last tip is to please do these tips so you could keep your shoes smelling okay, at least. I mean, we all know that shoes are eventually going to smell bad because our feet really do smell bad as dancers after and before, but please deodorize your feet. I have a few students who have really bad smelling feet, and that's caused because you don't dry your shoes after class. You have to dry your shoes. And some of them who use gainers especially, I've noticed retain a really bad smell, maybe because the inside is different. So gainers last really long because the material is different, but you could follow these tips to keep the moisture at least out of the shoe, because plastic is a different reaction as to the traditional wooden shoes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what else you want to hear on my YouTube channel. I hope you could click the like and the subscribe button, and see you again next time.